When we were living in Michigan, there was a friend of my mom's that had her secret cheesecake recipe. And other people would say, can I have your recipe? And she would go, no, you cannot. Yeah. I will be the person in this community to whom people come for cheesecake. But then when we were moving to Ohio, my mom was like, can I have it now? And she was like, I'll send it to you when you move to Ohio.
Give me the address to know that it's real, or at least she would commit to the bit to driving all the way to Ohio. Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah. So this is my mom's recipe, and I don't know if she made any little adjustments over the years, but as a kid, I was like, wait a minute, I'm eating sour cream and it's good?
So the top
That's
is
weird.
95% sour cream, a little bit of sugar. Bake the sour cream real hot and fast for like a couple minutes, and it sets it into a texture that I've never had before. It's like really a cool recipe that we're all geeked on.
All right.
This is for real.
That's the stuff in the graham cracker crust.
This isn't a New York cheesecake. This is a picture-perfect mom cheesecake. You do some wonderful work with your brother for something called the UBU Foundation. Tell me about how you got started in that.
Yeah, my brother David has been a real Renaissance man, teaching, singing, composing, songwriting, acting. But the UBU project grew out of his suicide attempt and his desire to help empowering kids through songwriting. He would do these week-long residencies, and he would be Mr. David and go in there with his guitar and just break down the elements of songwriting and get kids to talk about, what's on your mind, and what's something that makes you happy, and what's something that makes you sad, and all that, and anywhere from like second graders to high school kids. Yeah, and Michelle and I were just supporters from the outside with funding and some connections here and there. But it was a great project for a long time and had a significant impact.
Whiplash is one of my favorite movies because it's one of the only movies that's ever made me feel physically sick. Physically sick. I watched the scene where Miles wakes up late to his alarm, and I went, oh no, because I've had that exact feeling with super demanding chefs, with super demanding coaches, so many of these people, and your particular portrayal, not just you being terrifying. It's not you as a Nazi prison warden, you know what I mean? Not that kind of terrifying, but terrifying in the unique way of somebody who has true belief in the art that they're doing.
As I'm about to turn and see what he's looking at, behind him I see cop car, like Starsky and Hutch style, pulling in, and cops come out, I kid you not, guns drawn, up against the wall, like get searched. I think one of us had like a tiny little, mini pocket knife, and they were like,
oh man,
like, West Side Story. And they hauled us downtown and then put us in separate rooms.
Oh my God, prisoner's dilemma. They prisoner's dilemma you.
Yeah. And my dad was a very, very kind and gentle man. This was one of the rare exceptions to that persona of his, because they woke him up at 4:30 in the morning to say, drive half an hour to the precinct downtown and pick up your idiot kid. He was not happy.
And that's how the show Oz was created.
That was the beginning of my first brush with law enforcement. My thought was, I remember it exactly. My thought was, I'm going to die now. And I start to pull him up, and there's like this whirlpool just sucking straight down. And he has this look of beatific calm. He looks at me and he's like, I'm saved, And then, it's like two hands grabbing both of our ankles, just pulling us straight down in this eddy. And then the panic, I see the panic on his face, and then he's doing the classic drowning man, all over me. And we go down, I fight back up, down, fight back up, go down for the proverbial third time, and this moment, that same moment that he had, but in a different way, this moment of beatific calm came over me, and I thought, and the thought was like reading a sentence in a book. And my thought was, I remember it exactly, my thought was, I'm going to die now. This is going to be really interesting. and then adrenaline, and miraculously came up, and we fought our way down the river, and I lose hold of him. He was saved, and it all had that ending. But I was in complete acceptance and just like curious.
You're in a movie called Up in the Air, and there's a great line that George Clooney says to your character, which is, how much did they first pay you to give up on your dreams? You said $27,000. Like, the first desk job that you took, those dreams got deferred indefinitely. Were you ever close, amid all the struggle of the regional theater and crashing on sublets and all the hellholes in Hell's Kitchen, were you ever close to just giving it all up?
Well, first of all, that character's dream in Up in the Air, his dreams were culinary.
They were culinary,
as you recall,
indeed.
yeah.
Minored in French pastry.
Yeah. What I did do the rest of that award season, I mean, it sounds so arrogant, but that was the reality of what everybody was telling me. I had the opposite experience 3 years ago when I was nominated for Being the Ricardos, and I was like, everybody knows it's not going to be me. Like, it's going to be Troy Kotzer. So I'm just, I'm going to go kick back and just be, one of the guys. And, I had a theme in mind for, like at the SAG Awards, kind of what we were talking about earlier. We're all supporting actors. You can be Brad Pitt. As an actor, we are supporting the work, the writer. We are all supporting. So that was the theme of my speech for that. And all I knew was that as the end of the rainbow with the Oscars, I just knew that I wanted to talk about what's most important to most of us, I think, to me, family, and started talking about Michelle, which led me to talking about our kids who were up in the balcony, and expressing my love and gratitude for her, and then talking about the kids, and then saying that they are who they are because they're a reflection of their mother. And then I just, speaking of that, call your mom, and then that's what became kind of a meme for a while, and actually a very, like, truly meaningful. I heard stories, some directly, about like families who reconciled because some 60-year-old bald white guy said, call your mom on TV, and they did.
Yeah, the Nazi from Oz said,
your dad.
We did a play called Birds of Paradise that talks about the idea of the struggle being the best part in a way.
Yes, it's so hard to explain without it sounding dumb. It's a play within a play within a play of the seagull.
Okay.
Basically, John Cunningham played my older brother, the Trigorin character from The Seagull, who in this case was a successful actor, an actor who'd hit the big time, who was from the small island community on the eastern seaboard, and we're the community theater, and he's coming back to direct this play written by, I don't remember any of the character names ever, Todd Graff, who was, Constantine, the young guy, and then there's the Nina character, I'm the seagull. I was kind of a compilation of characters who played his younger brother, and he's counseling this young, passionate, talented, like really brilliant kid who's written this deep, tortured, painful piece of musical theater, and peasants here don't understand my genius, and it's I can't wait to get to New York and be in the big time with you, and and he gives this beautiful speech about how this struggle that you have here is the sweetest part. That you're here, you're doing this in your community with your family and friends because you love it, not for any other reason. Are you making this up?
I'm dead serious. I know a weird amount about the history of diet soda.
We never had soda at my house when I was a kid. I don't remember when I started gravitating to it as an adult, but it has no aspartame and no caffeine. It's just sucralose, and it's delicious.